Hello, my precious wandering souls, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Triumphs and Tribulation. No, oh wait, that's not. Oh, I'm stupid. Justice for all, Justice for all. Triumphs and Tribulations is the third game. My bad. I'm a bit distracted, if you haven't noticed. We are about to enter the second trial, and as far as I know, the last trial for this case. Or maybe not, I don't remember. I think Acro is going to be the witness. So let's see what goes on. We found out some stuff in last episode. We found out that the reason Acro is on a wheelchair is because he got really badly injured by Leon the Lion, when the lion attacked his younger brother Bat, because the younger brother stuck his head inside the lion's mouth and the lion bit him, and Bat launched himself towards the lion to save him, and that's why he's like that. That's very depressing, actually. Alright, let's begin! December 30, 9:41 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Good morning, Max! Oh, yeah, good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up on it. Teehee. Oh, Regina? Teehee. Yeah. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina! How fabulous! My sweetie pie princess! You came to watch my performance today. Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that. Oh, okay. Is Mo... Okay, did Mo bring Regina so that Regina can finally understand what's going on? Is that what's going on? So, what kind of performance will you put out today? Let me guess, you fly at the end? It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today, I'm just a member of the audience. Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. Yeah, she probably has like no idea what's going on, and Mo brought her here to like make her realize, like, your father is dead, he's not coming back. The lion is dead, he's not coming back. Bat is probably not going to wake up, and the reason the Ringmaster died is because of what happened with you and Bat. That's definitely going to be a really bad blow to her once she realizes everything. Ugh. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Oh no! Top of the morning to ya! Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in Lego Limbo! How long can you go? How low? How low can you go? Mo. Top of the morning to ya, Governor! Top of the morning. That's the ticket! Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max! Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Oh my, thanks. So how are you today, Wright? Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real culprit. You mean Acro? Huh? You think he did it? Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. Yeah. He's got guts to spare. If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. Yeah, that's pretty much how trials go for us. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. What are you going to do then, Nick? I guess we can't bluff our way through the trial this time. Oh man, I like to bluff my way through the trials. That's how I always win. I guess today we'll just have to do with our usual psychological warfare. Today, we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth. I should probably check the court record just in case. So the stuff we got last time was, I think, the bust, the note, this photo, and I don't remember if this little... No, we got this before the last investigation, but we got more information about it. I think I'm ready. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth. You're right, but it's gonna be tough. Yeah. Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina says it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. You want us to make sure Regina watches? Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. He's giving her like a punch of reality. Okay. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know what when people die, they don't just become stars. I might be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. The whole becoming stars is sweet and all, but yeah, she definitely needs to know what's going on. Oh god. December 30, 10 AM, District Court, courtroom number 2. Alright, here we go. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of defense. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off to the scene of the crime. Acro, right? Order! Order! I've got a feeling something like this will come up. Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene, on my orders. Poor Gumshoe. Poor Gumshoe. Phoenix and I think alike. Oh, the poor guy. Oh, the prosecutors are so mean to him. My poor guy. Alright. Okay. Very well. Please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work. Or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. It's showtime, I guess. Alright. There he is. Oh, that's so cute. Name and occupation. Ken Dinkley, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the very big circus. Where were you on the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. Alright. What I witnessed. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Hold it! Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. Before I started playing this game, I was like, take a shot every time Francisca says the word fool or something similar. But you would end up wasted. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix, right? Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. Robin sat in the wound, I see. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? Yeah. In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened. Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Alright. I think I know where to press. I think it's when he said this. It was Max Galactica. Hold it. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So, with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window. The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Did you see any of the other symbols? I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as a cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. But maybe there was something fishy with his latest burst of testimony? There's nothing wrong, there is a contradiction. There is a contradiction. Oh yeah, there is a contradiction! The hat! There is a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given.
Objection!
If there is a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction? The hat, right? Because if he flew away, he couldn't have had his hat. Because the hat was found at the crime scene, right? Yeah. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Nope. Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats? No, Your Honor, no. No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Yeah, Regina confirmed that she said that she was the one who designed it to be handmade, and I think Max, I don't remember if it was Max, but he said something like, oh yeah, there's only one in the world. So yeah, there is no other hat that looks like this one. This is the only one. Which means, Sacro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Order, order.
Objection!
As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today? He has a grudge against Max. Acro was dreaming. Acro is the real culprit. For all I know, he doesn't have a grudge against Max. Or maybe he does, like, Max is mean to everyone, so... I don't think he was dreaming, so he's a real culprit. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion? Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him? I'm not using my judge voice. Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab an audience, hearts and minds. What are you trying to do now, Francisca? Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's coming off for it to almost be scary. Unless he's just like really good at acting, and that's why he looks so chill. But he's probably like, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. Like, come up with something, come up with something. This is one of my favorite sprites. The bird just poking my forehead. He's staying rather calm and collected. Use the Magatama, Phoenix! Use the Magatama! Mr. Tinkling, do you have any response to the defendant's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things. See? Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear that the accusation is ludicrous. He's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless cruel man. Phoenix is a poopy. Hold on, I need to take a... Phoenix is a poopy head! See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand on his own power. Is there any way for him to commit the crime, though? Maybe maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. No, I don't think he had. What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? Of course he did. Of course he didn't. No. I think he did all of this by himself. Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice. No, not this time, Bob Karma. What? You're not going to sucker me into this one. What are you blubbering about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself. Order! What the? What are you getting at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. Now I'm going to have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright, let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? He was in his room. Again, we know he can't leave his room by himself. So, he committed the crime by himself without having to leave his room, right?
Take that!
He was obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room. Pretty simple, huh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can be only one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. Oh, I have an idea, but I'm not sure if it's correct. What? Are you nuts? What say you, Mr. Dingling? It's an interesting theory. That's it? Considering that what you propose is impossible, yes, that's it. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there is no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You've got a point. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he? But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? I have an idea. Is it actually what I'm thinking? That's the next course of this legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here... She's right. I can't mess up here. I've gotta give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it. Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright. Can't present evidence now. Present evidence. Okay. I'll try to go... I think my theory is right. So, present evidence. I'm going to present some evidence. So what did Mr. Lingoling use to commit the crime of murder against Russellberry? He used
Take that!
this thing, the bust. What's that? A picture? Not the picture, Your Honor. What appears in the picture. It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust is quite a large bust, and because it is life-size, it is also very, very heavy. Okay, so basically, I wasn't sure, but it seems that the theory I have is what really happened. So the idea is that Acro somehow took the bust and like maybe tied a rope or something and then dropped it on the ringmaster's head, and then once the ringmaster was dead, Acro pulled the bust. That is the theory I have right now. Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death, especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. Ah! See? This is how Acro was able to kill the ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. I have to. Order! So you're saying the bust fell onto the ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit. Not to mention that it definitely looks like Acro has the upper body strength to do something like that.
Objection!
How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible!
Objection!
Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. Yes, exactly what I said. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Well, Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro. You can run away from— Ow! Phoenix! That was cruel. That was horrible. Don't be such a bitch. I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix, right? What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say? Oh, Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time. I mean, to be fair, we also do that, so it's fine if she does it, because we do it all the time.
Objection!
There is absolutely no need for such testimony.
Objection!
The defense has situation of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. That's actually fair. The defense's objection is overruled. Why can't he see things my way once in a while? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problems, however. Let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. That woman will sink to any low to win a case. It's the Von Karma way. Alright, Acro's physical state. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Huh. Unless he was crouching or hunching over this thing. Oh, okay, I get it. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the boss on him, don't you think? I have no doubts in regard to this witness's testimony. It was impossible for him to lift the boss and stick himself out far enough to look. He didn't have to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. He could. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries. That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. I can let her get to me. I've got to focus. Okay. I think I know what to present and where. The question here is, should I press first? I think it was here. I think it was here. So impossible. Maybe, unless the ringmaster was hunched over.
Objection!
Right? Acro, you didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add.
Objection!
You silly hendenat thinks it pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. Exactly. He was hunched over the box. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over. The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Bell and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the box came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean... If the boss were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. No! Order! This is unbelievable! Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here. Forward. Okay. So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dinglin, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! Allow me to whip some sense into you. Ah, Mr. Phoenix, right? Ow! The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was so specially made. Specially made? Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature. The size of the box, the weight of the box, the contents. The weight, because in the court record it says that it's so heavy, like it boasts a small but strong lock, so it's the weight, right? The weight of the box. The box has a remarkable weight. Weight? According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see. One would have to squat down, then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head will be in approximately the same place. Fool! She looks so calm though. Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza? Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? What? I sounded like Mr. Judge. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? Yeah, I remember. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. Ah, that means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bus from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bus from the cafeteria to my room? I think I know. You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. No human accomplice, maybe. Ah! Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. No, Phoenix. The monkey. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all. Alright, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room? He had help from a little guy.
Take that!
A monkey? Everyone knows Money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist's ring. So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. No, Money probably did it himself. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back home. Oh? Home. Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room?
Objection!
But the bus was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. No, but it's not about it, it's about the cars. The cars are really, really shiny.
Objection!
Maybe you should put the whip down for sometimes and read the court record. My, those are some very nice cards he's holding. Yes, and they're made of platinum, which is very shiny. Ah! Acro. Money is a strong monkey, right? It'll be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Order! Order! I said order! Miss Karma! Where is the bust in question at the moment? I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. This is a rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then? Well, in that event, Something else would have been used as a murder weapon. Wait! Don't you mean this bus was the murder weapon purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Well, Acro? Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Moron! Oh, she didn't say fool. Mr. Wright's argument was so circular I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow! Don't seem so bamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix, right? And what is that? You should know! You forgot that your fraud of a Mexican client was spotted at the scene of the crime. There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around. When the murder occurred, there were 2 people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix, right? Who was the murderer the clown saw? It was the bust.
Take that!
He saw Max's blood. Ow! I asked who the other person Mo saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question. It does.
Objection!
Au contraire, mon frère. It does indeed have something to do with the question. He's starting to get uneasy. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. It was the bust. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust.
Objection!
What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak. I think I know how to explain that.
Objection!
There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one of the cards in the bust's hand. Idiot! Who in the right mind would put a cloak on a bust? It doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance to this case. Don't you agree? Duh, he called me. I don't think anyone put the cloak on the bust. Actually, I think something else happened. So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? It was, I guess, in a way, I guess, Russellberry, right? But it wasn't intentional, I guess.
Take that!
Fool? Him? You're saying it was the victim himself, Russellberry? That's what I'm saying. The victim himself placed the cloak on the bust? Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way to put it, Mr. Wright? Explain yourself! Nick, do you really have a handle on all of this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust and dangled the box out of his bedroom window, directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room, and went to the scene, of course, at the time the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bus hit the victim, wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. What? The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting it to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Moe Curls, the clown. When Moe looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bus. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Moe saw the bus being raised with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window. So he just kept pulling the bus up. And that's why it looked like it was a flying murderer. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could only have been you. Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has come to the end of this rope now. So, what now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true? Evidence? In this court, only two things matter: the power of evidence and the power of my whip. Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. But there's still something unusual about Moe's eyewitness account. Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Okay then, use that and get out of this jam. That's enough talking among yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. The hat. Because, if you remember correctly, Moe said that when the victim flew up, I mean not the victim, sorry, when quote-unquote Max flew up, he had his top hat on, right? But the top hat was found at the murder scene. So how is that possible? This is the proof. The problem is Max's three symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were two contradictions in Moe's testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions. You fool! Do you even shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Moe said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Moe saw was actually the bust's. Yeah, you can't remove that, so makes sense. Makes sense if you look at it that way. Then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of.
Objection!
Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what the ventriloquist said in court. He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick? Yup. Of course, I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Yeah? Do you get it yet? The cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust. It means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Ah! Which explains why Moe didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. Order! Order! This is quite a shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads. Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. I don't think so. Oh no. Oh no, this is not good. Oh, she was expecting this, wasn't she? Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research your circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. Oh, I can actually explain that. This witness feels an incredible depth of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. No, actually, I can explain. Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this will kill the ringmaster. That's where you're wrong. It's not that he wanted to kill the ringmaster. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. Well, what do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster. Acro's motive. It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess. To be continued. Okay. I won't explain what I think happened just yet. But don't worry. I'm making this whole trial in one video. I just need to take a break as well because I've been recording for almost an hour and I need some water. So, if you guys will excuse me, I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I took a break and we can continue. So, let's go with the next part of this final trial. I'm pretty sure we still have to how to interrogate Acro, so cross-examine Acro. Interrogate is like police thing. So December 30th, 2:17 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 5. I can't believe it. Acro? It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is, and to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Gibbous, am I that hated? Yes, you are. A lot of we talked with everyone in the circus, and the only one who said something really nice about you was Regina. But Regina is, well, Regina. So, ahem, I don't know who that is. Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? Psst, cough. I don't know who's that person trying to talk to us. But I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? But you're not, which is kind of the reason why. Cough, hey, oh, it's Gumshoe.
Hey, Paul! You're gonna ignore me after I went to to all this trouble to bring you some evidence?
Oh my god, it's the Lana situation all over again. Detective Gumshoe.
Forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways.
Now, detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? We've got some really tasty milk. Oh, sorry, that was Maya. We've got some really tasty milk.
How about the card trick, detective? Oh, well, if you insist.
How know about that evidence you mentioned? What is it? Oh, wait! But Francisca took this. Did you take this from Francisca without her knowing? Oh my god, if you did that, Gumshoe, my 10, like, you are an icon, dude. Oh my god, because I don't know if you guys remember, but in the investigation section, Francisca was like, I'm just going to take this, thank you very much, and she left with this thing. Oh my god, Gumshoe, you're amazing. Huh? This was yesterday in Acro's room.
Yep, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later.
Gumshoe, you're amazing. Oh my god. Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this?
That's why it's all a secret.
Huh?
Look, details are on a need to know basis, and we're not really allies or anything. But everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan.
I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now.
You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion.
Final plans?
That reminds me, I got a message from the prosecutor for you.
From Von Karma?
Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it, and that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here.
Thank you, Gumshoe. What did he mean by that? The very end part? I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me.
Oh, one more thing.
Don't scare me like that.
It looks like there's a large care package from the circus from the defendant.
What? For me?
It's milk.
More milk?
The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils.
An entire dairy's worth of milk? For me? I guess they don't hate you that much? Alright. December 30 to 27 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Alright. Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Akro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Akro could have to commit this crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling? Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony. Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you want the answer to. Actually, no. I mean, Phoenix is not okay. But I am, because I think I know what happened. No, we're fine. Let's have some hope here. About the ringmaster, okay. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the very big circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat and around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repaint the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. You're such a thoughtful young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Akro could kill the man he held in just esteem. I know what happened. I'm not gonna say it right now, but I know what happened. I figured it out. You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real extra need for a cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Akro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. Of course I'll cross-examine. Actually, no. I don't need to. I'm not questioning his respect for the ringmaster. I know as a fact he respected him a lot, so I don't need to question him. There's no need to cross-examine this witness. What's that? Why was the ringmaster murdered? There is no need to delve into that bit of testimony when I know the answer already. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know. Can you provide an explanation as to why Akro would want the ringmaster dead? No, actually, no, I can't. I can't explain why he would want the ringmaster dead because he didn't want the ringmaster dead. Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Akro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Akro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ow! Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? Yes, I did. But the fact that he didn't want to kill the ringmaster doesn't mean he didn't kill the ringmaster. I believe it was. This is the real killer of Russell Berry, ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things? Akro, you didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night. Okay, so basically, let me see if they ask me, and if they ask me, I'll just explain. What did you just say? I'm saying that the target of this witness murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with. What? Order, order. Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face. Twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in my court? Ow! Mr. Phoenix Eye, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Aren't you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else? Yes. Actually, yes. He was trying to kill Regina. So here goes my explanation. Acro blames Regina for what happened to his brother. Because Bat wanted to date Regina and he put himself in danger for her to prove himself to her. So of course Acro sees this act, sees the accident, the bite. Was that the bite? No, the bite that happened as Regina's fault. For starters, that was her lion. But also, Bat was trying to impress Regina. So it makes sense that Acro believes that Regina has some part in this incident. Sure, Bat is not dead. But the way Mo described the whole thing, makes it sound that like he's pretty much like 1 foot through the gates of heaven, so he's pretty much dead. So Acro blames Regina. So remember when Regina said that she found the note in her pocket with the title "To the Murderer"? Acro put that thing on her pocket to try to make Regina realize, oh, he wants me to meet him. But he clearly underestimated how Regina is, well, to put it lightly, not so bright on the head. And Regina, of course, was like, oh, but I'm not murderer, so I'm just gonna put it here in the bulletin board for everyone to see. Then, the ringmaster saw it. And the ringmaster probably knew what this note meant, the whole "to the murderer." So I think the intended victim was actually not Francisca, Regina. It was Regina. Regina Perry! This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
Objection!
You don't need to answer that. It's a mean spirit that leading question.
Objection!
He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is, you're wrong. That's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Enough. Mr. Wright, allow me to... Oh! The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. That's such a... that's such a cool line. I'm using this line. Huh? And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now! Oh, gladly. I do have some evidence. I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. I have proof, don't worry. Present evidence to prove Acro was out to kill this young girl. This was found in Regina's pocket.
Take that!
Acro, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that we found inside the Ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat. Acker wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, "To the Murderer." Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note? Not Russell Berry, Regina. Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Acker did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the Ringmaster. You mean it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry. Order! Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours is the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when your father, the Ringmaster, saw the note. Yep, that's correct. The Ringmaster ended up in that plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake, instead of Regina. That's incredible! Also, something that I also want to say. I remember, I think it was Mo. Mo said something like, oh, when Acker found out that the Ringmaster had been killed, he was like pissed off, he was fuming. I believe his emotions were conflicted in this. One, he wanted to kill Regina and Regina was alive. Two, the man that he respected so much was killed by him. So, he probably was really conflicted. That's incredible! Remember the testimony that Acker gave us earlier today? Lifting the bus and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling off the window myself. Acker had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. Yeah, that's why he was so angry, because in his mind, when he carried out this murder, he was like, oh, I killed Regina, finally I got my vengeance. And then he found out that he actually killed the Ringmaster and he was like, oh crap. Because he couldn't see who he had killed. I've got it! Acker thought it was Regina down in the plaza. And that's when he let the bus fly. Hey Nick! Isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience? Yeah, she is. Unfortunately, it's only going to get harsher from here. I hope Regina can handle it. Acker wrote this note to Regina.
Objection!
Foolish fool. With foolishly fool ideas of foolish tomfoolery. You're so foolish, you people make me sound like a foolhardy fool. Take a shot every time Francisca says the word fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes, what about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer. Not quite. Not exactly. I have an idea, but I'm not sure how to prove it. You just don't get it, do you? What? What did you just say? The Ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza. In place of his lovely daughter. Yeah. Oh, I think I know. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note? Oh, right, because it wasn't made public. Right. Oh, because Mo said, like, it wasn't released to the press or anything. The incident 6 months ago. I have no idea. Oh, I know all about it. An incident occurred 6 months ago. And now I am more than ready to show this court what happened at that time. Moron! Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? I wanna check something. Stained with his blood and a small quantity of pepper. So, it wasn't that Regina had like a command for Leon to attack. Leon sneezed. And in doing so, he accidentally beat down on Bat's head. That's why it looked like that's why Leon looked like he was smiling. He was actually sneezing. Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? Yep. It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? I think so. Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is. If I can answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. We are bluffing, but like, he doesn't need to know that. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually... I think I actually have to present this before, and then he's probably like, what does this have to do with the case? And then I'm going to say like, oh yeah, because someone fell victim to this tiny little bottle of pepper. I guess. At least is what I think it's going to happen. So if I'm going to present this one. That's 3 bars though. Screw it. Right? Right? But the music stopped, so... What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix, right? It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Kinda. Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw.
Objection!
Foolish fool who never tires of his foolish ways. If sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina's Berry's intended victim? Not actually intended like murder victim, but it was bad. It was an accident though. Who is this? That is Sakura's younger brother.
Objection!
What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. No, but in Akira's mind, he's probably close to death, so yeah. Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Akira would feel that his brother is dead. Regina, she did that to him? On accident, Your Honor, on accident. Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution then looks into Akira's father, John Dingling. I have no idea how to pronounce that. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. Lion? Regina, I mean, Miss Regina Berry, is an animal tamer by trade. It's so weird to see Francisca address someone by just name, not Miss or Mrs. or Mr. full name. However, no tame animal is in that position is ever trying to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Regina didn't command Leon to attack. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. So then what happened to Akro's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. I see. Now what do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? It was more than that. It was an accident, yes, but there's more to it. The lion buying Bat was no accident at all. Phoenix. What? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix, right? There is no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. That's true. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being. But Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Akro's brother, Bat. Oh, okay. Yeah. The scarf, of course. That's just a scarf. Akro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who is the one that gave this scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina? There is something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor. And why might that be? Pepper. Pepper? Pepper. Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident. And she covered it with as much pepper as she could. It was probably a prank. She had no idea what would happen. So she probably did it as a prank, you know? Someone say something. The little birdie. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal. Don't say it like that. But out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? She didn't do it out of malice, Your Honor. It still seems like the judge just doesn't get it. Oh, but Francisca probably does. Mr. Phoenix Wright, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Yep. Smiling? The lion was smiling? Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling. Lions smile? No, they don't. They don't. I think I made a note on the last investigation chapter, but it's not that they smile. It's more like a reaction they have to smells. They bare their upper teeth and they squint their eyes a little, so it looks like a smile, but it's a reaction to a smell. So makes me think that that quote-unquote smile was actually a reaction to the pepper. He was about to sneeze. I've never heard of them smiling, however. Lion sneeze. Yeah, that was it. Whoa. Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. Yeah. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. I guess Regina gave Bat the scarf full of pepper as a prank Because I think it was... I don't remember if it was Mo. I'm pretty sure it was Mo who said something like, "Oh, Regina has such cute sneezes. Every time like she gets close to Pepper, she sneezes and sneezes." And it left me thinking like, after we got the scarf, it made me think, okay, so if this scarf has a lot of Pepper, Regina was probably trying to get back at Bat for the Pepper pranks by making him sneeze a lot. She just didn't think that Bat would try to get close to the lion, and well, all of that happened. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. What? You fool! You've got to be kidding me.
Objection!
What's the matter, Miss Von Karma? I object, for objection's sake. Oh, this is Francisca's version of the objection. This is objectionable. From Edgeworth. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened? Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to his accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. He blames her. You foolish idiot! Huh. It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true? Acro? You can mean witness? Or are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? The same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I drop Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where is the evidence that proves that claim? Right. The bust was never found. You mean the conclusive evidence? The murder weapon. Where is it? The biggest problem is the murder weapon, of the lack thereof, to be more precise. The murder weapon. Yeah. The bust that the defense claimed was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. The bust. Nick, you gotta do something! This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. See how things works out first. Require to search Acro's room. I don't think it's in Acro's room. He could have gotten rid of it, for all I know. See how things work out first. It might be worthwhile to search Acro's room, but... Why aren't you going to search his room? It looks like you finally figured things out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of Von Karma Total Justice. I guess. I figured with you, that's the least I should expect. That's the least my bad. That's the least I should expect. Just leave no stone unturned. Ow. Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday. Yeah. What did you find? There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Akro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's boss was not in the room. Oh! Oh my god, it just hit me! It just hit me! Oh, I know. Okay, the murder weapon is still unaccounted for. I think I know where it is. You see, Mr. Wright? The boss wasn't in my room. You have it. Furthermore, Detective Tecumseh executed the search by complete surprise. And we took Akro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. You just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. It looks like you lacked the final nail pointing to my coffin. But, what about the scar? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Ugh. Do something, Nick! Don't let this case slip away! The bust! Where is it now? It's right here, Maya. He has it. Where's the bus right now? You're Phoenix Wright! You know where that bus is? I'm sure you do. There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bus is? He has it. It seems the case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short. Phoenix! Object! God, thank you for your support. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings to an end the cross-examination of this witness. Phoenix! Object! Hold it. Who was it? Who is saving me? Thank you, Maya. Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue. Huh? What? We need time to do what? Ow! Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? What? Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait. You can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acros lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Very well, the defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward. The murder weapon! Where is Max's boss now? Somewhere in the lodging house, somewhere in the big tub, somewhere in this courtroom. Somewhere in this courtroom. It's obvious, the boss is inside this very courtroom. It's obviously where? Allow me to pinpoint the location of the boss once and for all. The judge's bench, the prosecutor's bench, the witness stand. Acro has it. Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there. Once again, your penchant for humor hit me when it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the boss is under there. We all know that you can leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it, in the only place that you could hide it. Under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. So you admit it? Ow! Every time I hear the wave, it's like, ow! You fool! How could you? Well? You've got me. I've been backed by a real pro. Actually, 2 of them. 2 of them? Miss Francisca Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were 2 pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now, to be caught in the middle of court hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It all makes sense now. I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't. I can't believe it. Me? Make a mistake? Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that. It seems we finally arrive at the truth. Acro? Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the Berrybeck Circus, Mr. Rosserberry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Acro! All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he dissed her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard, you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it would be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely. That she would laugh innocently when saying it, too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. How dreadful! So are you saying that you are a victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I meant. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. No, I mean, in a way, he is a victim. He is a victim in a way. These games have a knack for making me feel really, really bad about some of the murders. At first, I thought I'd kill myself, then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just stop and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't open leave yet. He wants to see his brother open his eyes again. This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot! I can't believe it! You beat me again! I believe this case is not beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Not guilty! Yay! Confetti! This court is adjourned. I wonder how Regina is doing. December 30, 4:27 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 5. Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to. Many congrats, but only at max, 1,000,000 of them. Shut up, Mo. Thank you. What's with the vibe in this room? We're just thinking about Acro. No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. Huh? Oh! I never seen her cry before. Or have I? I haven't played this game in like over a decade, so... Oh, she's crying. She's been like this for a while now. It's all my fault. Sweetie pie. But the Nacros are never coming back. No, everyone's gonna split up. Maybe cry about your dad too? Regina, Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? Acro said something right at the end. I just couldn't open leave yet. Does that mean that Acro... Is he gonna try and get his revenge on me? Nah, I don't think so. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? You're really sure? I can't believe that? Yep, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence. Huh? I wanna know you're not just making that stuff up about Acro not wanting revenge. But is the proof. Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. But... That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught... Uh-huh. I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes, and then until he can meet Acro again. That's so sweet of you, Regina. I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat. Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Hey, Max! What is it, Mo? We really brought you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay for your fee and rip up the contract. I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now? That's a big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone's sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision. So you decided to be the next ringmaster, right? What is it? I've decided I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn this circus into the best circus this world has ever seen. The best circus the world has ever seen. Don't laugh! I think this is exactly what Max wanted. You know? That's quite the goal. Yay, I can't wait! Then I guess that changes things. Huh? There's only one thing the best circus the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max, let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus will be better off without me. What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to court today? We've got to work together to make the very big circus bigger than it's ever been. Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the very big circus without Regina Berry. Max. Nick. It seems like everything is going to turn out alright here. I can't wait to see the best circus the world has ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats. I see. What made the case? I don't know who that is. Oh,
Yesterday's surprise raid. It really paid off, just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you?
oh? It was just a theory. If Agro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney.
You mean Mr. Wright?
No. Of course. Well, detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need no worry. I plan to personally stop by the chief prosecutor's office as soon as I get back.
Oh! Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Turnabout victim! The end! Edgeworth! Wait! Does that mean Gumshoe lied to us? Because I think at some point, I think it was in the first investigation, he said something like,
Oh yeah, he's gone.
he knew. He knew all along. And he lied to us. Dick Gumshoe, how could you? I feel betrayed. Holy crap. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna have to stop here because that was a long episode. Hopefully I won't ever have to see Mo again. Aside from, I think, the credits to this game. So, I'll stop recording and I hope you liked it. If you did, maybe consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye bye!